No, if you feel it separate, it means that you don't feel your spirituality, that you imagine it. Because spirituality has, I'm sorry that I'm straightforward. I'm not sorry. This is the way. Okay. I don't want to be offensive, that's why I'm saying. But it suggests that when we speak about spirituality, at least in the Kabbalistic terms, we speak about the consciousness of the spirit. It's not some sort of an idea or of something floating which is to do with self, and then the work is separated from it. No, the work and this entity, this conscious entity of the spirit are one. So if there is some sort of alienation between the state of your state in the work and your sense of spirituality, you have to actually say to yourself that something in the way you describe it to yourself is the way the will to receive to oneself is trying to diminish the weight of your drifting away from work. Many people think that when they drop from work, they still got their spirit. They will walk away with their spirit. But the spirit doesn't want to walk away, so it will separate from them. And it will move to someone else to fulfill the mission. Because there is, let's say, the ties between inside the structure of the body of spirit is much stronger than unless you manage to actually dress your spirit in relation to this body. This is the edict that the spirit will obey, not the state of my willingness or unwillingness to perform the work. So this is why when we sort of when we round or cap the sixth portion that we read now, starting with Shmot, ending with Mishpatim, it actually speaks about the judgment of the spirits. And it starts with a Hebrew slave. It means if you're not a Hebrew slave, there's no judgment. You are not entering the whole of that measurement of spirit. You can be spirit from the world, which is something else, which will depend on the work performed, finished, unfinished, reformed of conscious spirit that will identify themselves with the work of Israel. It's not their identity in that respect. It's the identity that was bestowed upon them in order to allow them to understand their mission. Okay, so there's the economy that you sort of describe between the work and the state of you feeling your spirit is one of the things that need reformation because they need to be united. They are a union. Okay, so drifting from the work is drifting from the sense of the presence and being of my spirit. It's the same. Am I clear?
You are. Yeah,
Okay.
that's very helpful. Thank you.
So I think this is one of the sort of argument that Pharaoh is sort of offering or sort of He's not asking, he's sort of arguing it. We, Egypt, formed a very strong religion that has in it the way of and wisdom of using the light in a particular way. And from that, we were able to develop and to sort of allow humanity to have a sense of realigning itself to a higher purpose. According to the I'd say the development of the will to receive to oneself. We don't need spirit. We need to control death, to control the passage to death, in which we are gaining, in some ways, a stature of a spirit.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's and he's saying, okay, I did not hear about this. Okay, now after let's say, in the eighth plague, I understand. I understand that there is a different power. I admit that it is the righteous one, and we are mistaken, and yet I will not allow it to be free. I'm not able to allow it to be free. Because what I will lose is too much. Okay?
Yeah.
And part of what Pharaoh is afraid to lose is the sense that he had, the permission that he had so far to control light. Because the dross or klipa had a hold on the light. But the hold on the light is the hold of a different intention. But because he had a control over it, if the perception is that I have a control over it because of my power, because of my will. I will it to be so. That, you see, this is the difference between, and spirit does not will it to stay captured. Spirit wish to actually reform it and transform it and transmute it into something that will allow her to go back, to fulfill its mission, meaning to recruit reality to serve the purpose of God revelation. So being a spirit and reforming is the same purpose. It's the same thing.